What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So, sometimes I get these crazy ideas, especially when I'm not in the man cave. Like I was mentioning, the potential possible DBZ statue reduction and whatnot. Now that I'm here in the cave, I'm looking at the statues. I'm like, God damn, they're so freaking good. I don't want to sell those. They're way cool. I love DBZ. Always have. It's one of my favorite things in life. So, in addition, I was trying to measure if I could even fit it. Now, Goku bust, you realistically need like 35, 36 inches to display him. So if I wanted to display him up there, I need to lower that shelf 5 inches, literally right there. So you could maybe fit Vegeta, Goku, and Trunks. But then if you wanted to do like Piccolo, let's say over there, or... technically, Vegeta bust would fit up there, I think. Actually, I've even measured it. But let's say we lowered that as well. I just don't think I'd fit everything due to some of the height on these statues. Like, Piccolo's super tall. Cell's pretty tall. Broly's tall. Sume Frieza's tall. And Ryubu is tall. They're all quite tall. And if I have to lower this shelf, and I'd ideally want everything to be like the same height. So if I lowered it 5 inches there... I could maybe lower this 1 before I, couldn't fit, let's say, Sume Broly. I mean, even now, like, that's lower. You can already see, I realistically couldn't even lower that. I guess if I put Broly, no, I couldn't lower it. And Piccolo's nearly just as tall. I'd have to put, like, all the tall pieces down here. So I wouldn't be able to display it how I'd want it, like, villains, Z-Warriors, you'd just have to display it based off height level. Like you'd have to do like Sume, Vegeta, that, Trunks, Androids, and then down low do like Piccolo, Cell, Broly, Frieza, Boo. You'd kind of have to do it like that. I definitely wouldn't be able to display it in the way I want it. The only thing I could display is this. However, I'm also giving up a lot of really good statues. Like, all those KD statues are amazing, and I just don't know if I could do this. I feel like I'd rather sell other statues. But I'm kind of getting to the point where it's like, I don't really want to sell statues anymore. There's very few statues I really want to sell in my collection. There's only a few things right now that I think is going to make me sell some lines. One is a silicone Kratos bust. Like a legit one, because as of right now, there's 2 Kratos busts out there, possible third. You have the Gaming Heads one, which is small, not silicone, it's all polystone, and it has, decal eyes. The sculpt looks good, but it's small, and the lack of, the next level detailed really just bugs me, and I know I would regret buying it, even if it's only 900 bucks. You have the Mimir, which is super cool. However, I feel like if I don't get a Kratos bust, why would I buy a Mimir? I need a Kratos bust to have Mimir. It's the only way it works for me. I could probably throw that Mimir just on the wall, but I want Kratos. Kratos is the reason I love God of War, not Mimir. I do like Mimir. I love him telling his stories. I like his voice and his character in the game. But I love Kratos. There's a reason I got a God of War tattoo. It's because of Kratos. I love how badass he is. So I need a Kratos bust if I'm going to get Mimir. Now, there is the Austin Yang one. However, I spoke to some other collectors and they told me that his, work isn't that great. Like, it's not Queen or Infinity detail, yet it's Queen and Infinity pricing. And they also, a lot of people think like his Kratos looks too young. The armor doesn't look good. The base sucks. He says he's not good at doing resins for like a resin base if I wanted a base to match that. So I don't know if I want to spend 3,500 bucks and it's not going to be perfect. For that much money, it needs to be damn perfect. That's a lot of freaking money these days. So unless I can get another studio that I know and trust to make me a Kratos bust, I don't know if I will go down that route. And I'm definitely not going to sell Warcraft because those are, frankly, like the best 1/4 scale statues out there. Like, nothing beats these. The only thing that comes, that's in the leagues is like Hulkbuster, but he's not even 1/4. Out of normal 1/4, these are the best out there, in my opinion. So I'm still just trying to think, because I'm definitely going to get that clicker bust, because that thing's next level in my opinion. I would love to move Bruce Lee somehow. Bruce Lee is a very difficult one, because I absolutely love Bruce Lee. He is both in video games, martial art movies, and, you know, like a legend, iconic character. But that bust is so hard to display. But it's so good. And it needs top-level space. And the way I have this displayed right now, it looks good. But anything I put next to this, unless it's the 1/3 Bruce Lee in the yellow suit, will not match. So ultimately, we need to, like, remove Bruce Lee somehow. In a perfect world, I'd remove Bruce Lee and do clicker bust up there, and then do Last of Us, Uncharted, and Tomb Raider, Zelda over there, and then I could call it a day. You know, and if we got a Kratos bust, then I could figure out, you know, if I wanted to go down that, you know, selling DBZ, or, I mean, in a perfect world, I'd put Kratos bust right in between them and just spread them out. But I'd also want Mimir if I did get Kratos bust, sort of like the Photoshop I showed. You know, there's also the idea of if we moved Resident Evil and Devil May Cry, and you do half God of War with the bust, and then half Last of Us with the clicker bust. That could look absolutely freaking amazing. Yeah, you'd need to move Resident Evil. Probably have to do Resident Evil, like, frankly, just like right there. You know, because it's deep, it needs that depth, where Aloy doesn't necessarily need it. We could move her, you know, and Devil May Cry, frankly, like right here. There's definitely a few ideas, but I need to get a Kratos bust if I'm going to do the DBZ sell-off. Or, the only reason I'd sell off is for the money. I still don't think I want to do it, though. I think I want to keep my DBZ. I've already downsized enough. I mean, for goodness sakes, I used to have like 90 Dragon Ball Z statues. So I think I'm going to keep it, because I really do love these statues. I need to just find another way. Still would love to find an alternate way to display Bruce Lee. I have some ideas, but we need to get some statues in, you know, in hands first and see how they look. You know, like, I want to know, does Godzilla vs. Kong look good down low? If it does, I'm going to technically throw Bruce Lee where I have King Ghidorah. Still waiting on Link 1/4, although according to Kyle Nation, they said it would take up to 55 days. Alexa, turn on Man Cave. You know, so we'll see about that. I did not buy Mechagodzilla. Now it's waitlisted. I still think it's the right choice not to buy it. And I'm only not buying it because of, frankly, the money. I don't have 2K dedicated to it, so we're not going to get it. I do think it works in my display extremely well, but, you know, what I'm, you know, kind of leaning towards, if it could work, is, you know, we throw King Ghidorah there, do Godzilla vs. Kong with the bust down low, sell that one, and do Bruce Lee above. Although Bruce Lee is kind of an outlier at that point. It's almost better if you don't get the bus, just do Godzilla verse there. And right here you do like Bruce Lee, and you could technically do Khaleesi. Little Gizmo. Want you all to know that little Gizmo can finally go down the stairs. He's never been able to go down the stairs. Until now, when I got back from my Maui trip. So, Hulkbuster, I still am selling. Now, if it doesn't sell, I'm going to keep it, of course, because I love it. But I'm not getting the Mark 7 bust. I just don't think it's going to work down there good. And, frankly, I'd rather just have that money towards Captain America bust. But, you know, I still do want to sell Hulkbuster. Not because I don't like it. Like I said, it's one of the best statues in the collection, frankly. But I just feel like this is out of place. And I'd rather put Black Adam and Shazam there. I think that flows and looks better. And then we just keep my Imaginary Mercs one, which scales better in the collection. I'm still, you know, considering that Black Widow bust. I do like it. I really do. I know a lot of you guys don't, but I do like it. I think the likeness is there. You know, I've looked at lots of photos of Black Widow, and There's a few things that need to be tweaked on it. I think that, you know, for one, she doesn't have any of her earrings, and she has a lot of earrings in that movie. On like the Queen, she has them. I also think on the hands, the like bullets or whatever, frankly, they don't look that good on Queen's, but on the bust, they also don't look that great either, and they encompass her entire hand, where here they don't. That's not a huge deal, but I do want to get the earrings in if I'm going to, you know, get that bust. I still do like it, and I still do want it. So I'm very happy with Doctor Strange, and actually angled him slightly so he's just looking forward. I think that works better. Just have him angled forward instead of looking off to the side. Thanos is the only one I truly can't angle forward due to the depth. Now, if we're getting Black Widow bust, we are going to have to sell the Hot Toys Infinity Gauntlet, because I, you know, would have to move Captain Marvel over there and then do Black Widow over there. Or we do Black Widow right there. Although with her arms, I feel like Black Widow is going to be a little wider than Marvel. Plus, the way she's also angled, I feel like it'll work better if we do Black Widow under Hulk. Although I do have a Black Widow statue there, which also works good. So that's kind of a, you know, if I do Black Widow there, I'd probably move Vision right there and then do Black Widow where Vision's at. I'll test it out, but, you know, I'm leaning towards yes on Black Widow bust. I just don't foresee another Black Widow bust coming. And I do like it. You know, I like the base. The costume looks good. The face, I think, looks great. The detail's good. You know, like the skin pores, the hand-punched hair, the glass eyes look good. I think I'll like it quite a bit when I get it in person. I'll be like, yeah, I like this. No, this doesn't have perfect likeness, but I still freaking love this statue to death. And a lot of you probably say that it's absolutely, you know, horse shit or whatever, but I still love this Infinity bust. I think it's amazing. You know, my buddy says Aquaman's absolutely horrible. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Dude, this thing's amazing. So I'm leaning towards yes on Black Widow, but, you know, we'll sell the Hot Toys Infinity on it. I'd probably just do like 900 shipped, because it does have like paint scuff marks on the back, like it's visible white resin. Granted, you could paint it if you're good at painting and matching the paint. I never touched it. Light ups work. Big box. But, you know, I'd let it go for retail with free shipping if we're getting Black Widow bust, which I'm leaning towards yes. So if anyone wants that Hot Toys Gauntlet, the only reason I'm truly, you know, willing to let that go is because I have a gauntlet on that Thanos. If I didn't have that gauntlet on Thanos, I definitely would not let it go. But I also can't think of another spot where I could display that. You know, because the only other spot that makes sense is over here. You know, realistically, like right there. I suppose if we sold Groot and just moved those two over, I could maybe fit it right there. No, maybe. I'd have to test it out. But I'm still willing to sell it just because I do have duplicate props. So we did sell Joker. He's on payment plan. But Hulkbuster and Mark 714 are both for sale. You know, 4K shipped, 850 shipped, 900 for the Infinity Gauntlet Hot Toys. Yes, that's all that. I think for now I'm just going to keep blue because, you know, if I do get the Queen Studios giant T-Rex, I'm going to want to keep blue. So, yes, yes. What I may end up doing is potentially consider selling Alita. Only for the, you know, realistically, I'd sell them as a pair for like $4,000. And it'd be to fund other stuff. Not because I don't like Alita. I love the movie. I love the bust. I love the statue. But I do kind of feel like it's slightly out of place. And she's also hard to display. I've also thought of putting her next to Bruce Lee. You know, having the bust, then the statue on the right. I think that does work. I need to test that out, frankly. But eventually I want this to all be Terminator. And then if that's all Jurassic, or if we don't get that T-Rex, you know, we're just going to throw Blade there. And frankly, we need space for Selene as well. So, kind of want to, you know, be able to fit all that here. We'll figure it out. But I don't want to do any more massive changes to the collection because frankly, I'm tired. I'm tired of moving statues, trying to sell off a bunch, especially because it's hard to sell right now, but I do feel DBZ is easier to sell. I will be honest, it is easier to sell. You know, and we did sell Gollum and Morgulord. So all we need to sell technically is Gandalf. I won't sell Saruman until Prime 1 shows off theirs. Until I see that, I will not sell it. But Gandalf, he's good to go. You know, sell him for $400. He does have a broken staff. It's glued. It's hard to see from a distance. You can see it up close. Does not affect the light up. But yeah, folks, so in terms of what's next, Link 1/4 and the Aquaman arm. I'll make a video when I get the Aquaman arm. People have been asking who's repaired it and whatnot. So I'll advise all of that in the video. You know, once I get it, I set it up and everything, we'll advise all that. And I might send him a few other pieces to have him fix. You know, just, I hate broken stuff. So I'd love to have him fix it. So we'll look into that. You also notice I threw the Alien 3D printed logo up here. Looks good. I like it. I got that one sort of custom made, but I think it looks good. Just waiting on Spec to ship me Queen Alien bust. I did pay for Krillin 1/4, so he is, you know, going to be shipping probably in the next week or so from Kaio Nation. Got Godzilla vs. Kong tracking, 5 boxes, so that'll arrive in a month. Galvatron is probably, you know, 2 weeks away. I still am selling Bumblebee, by the way. You know, we'll let him go for 900 shipped. He's to regular mint condition. Anyways, folks, that is it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.